Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you had a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better. Here we are with our fancy new champion select screen with the awesome search bar. Really nice that they added that in. And we're going to be doing our first impressions for Mel. So we don't have her unlocked. We haven't looked at anything yet. So let's go ahead and unlock her. All right, let's take a look at the constellation. All right, interesting. I think we'll go and look at the powers first and then go check out the layout. So here is the normal star powers that we've already gone over, or at least we went that over in the patch notes video. Seems like it'll be pretty fun, but let's check out these bonus stars. So Star of Bounty, 10 Nexus Health, 100 Gold. Pretty solid, pretty much everyone gets something like this, and it is pretty nice. Star of Legends, your support champs have Focusing Crystal, so when you play a spell, grant me 1/1. That should be a pretty good amount of scaling, since it seems like you're going to be doing a lot of spell slinging. Radiant Volley. So this is what you're able to generate with your Mel, and it looks like it starts out at 1 damage. So that gets the hand sensor. We did see that in the video. Grant the top ally in your deck 1/1. Between this going off and then also your 4-star right here when you play a spell, grant a random ally in hand 1/1. And your support champions here in Focusing Crystal, you're actually going to have a surprising amount of scaling. So that'll be interesting. Star of Discovery, your 2+ cost spells you acquire in adventures have Mana Potion, Tear the Goddess, or Chalice of Harmony based on their cost. That's pretty crazy. So essentially, the more expensive card you get, the higher cost reduction it's going to have. And so it seems like all of this is going to try to make sure your cards are probably around a 2 cost. Because maybe if you have like a 3 cost spell, you get Mana Potion. You have a 4 cost spell, you get Tear the Goddess. And then 5 cost or higher, you get Chalice of Harmony. I'll have to see and test it out later, but that seems pretty awesome. I think they definitely want this champion to be pretty good. Solar Snare, so this is one of the spells. This gets Charging Sigil, so 1 extra damage. That's really nice because this is hitting 3 different times. So it's pretty much a make it rain that you get to choose all the targets for. So that getting extra damage is really good. And then all of these are just the gemstone upgrades. Let's go ahead and take a look at the path. So here's your 1-star power. We'll get the first 2 like we always do. And yeah, get that one right there. I do actually really like the 1 and 3-star. I think this is going to be very fun. It's going to play quite similar to the Vex 6-star. So the fact you're getting that baseline is pretty awesome. All right, so 3-star, and then it splits off. That's good to see. So 1 upgrade, and then over here is your 4-star. Support champs have Focusing Crystal. Little sad. Okay, and then the rest of these are probably just all, yes, the gemstones. So we have 1 power locked behind a star power. But it is just locked behind the 4-star, which isn't as bad. Up here, Radiant Volley is hand sensor, Star of Discovery, Star of Wonder, and here we have our 5-star. Okay, then gemstone, and then the 6-star. So overall, pretty good. It fits for the character, and then we only have 1 node locked behind one of the star powers, so not too bad. At least it's not locked behind like a 5 or the 6-star, which can definitely happen. All right, so let's actually take a look at our champion levels as well, see what we're able to get here. So Lest gets the bounty board. Last Breath, summon a random 1-cost follower from your deck or from your regions. That will be very good since this already has a Last Breath effect, so you're really going to want to just sacrifice this unit. Rebuttal gets Mana Potion, so it goes to a 4-cost. Nice. Prodigy gets the Entrancing Lure, Strike, Draw 1. That's actually going to make this a lot better. I was thinking this might be a unit I end up cutting, but that actually makes it very good. Ballistic Bot gets Studded Leather. All right, that's fine. Elora gets the Skirmish and Saber, so Challenger. That seems fine. Wouldn't be bad to get Challenger on the unit with Last Breath, but still. Solar Snare gets Poro Snacks, so it summons a Poro. Funsmith gets Savage Shield, so it's going to be very big, very tanky, which is good. We want this to stay on the board. Howling Gale gets the Ardent Sensor, so some more scaling. Probably would have preferred a little bit of cost reduction or damage, but it is what it is. And then Lest, again, gets the Coral Crush Gauntlets. That's actually a little bit bad, because the Brash makes it so some units won't be able to block this unit. But, like, we want Lest to get blocked and die. So this one actually doesn't necessarily seem the greatest. And then Ignition gets Hand Sensor. So another way to buff up your top deck. And this Ignition you'll be able to make from your Ballistic Bot. Overall, some solid upgrades, but nothing here that just seems too insane to me. But I do think her kit overall is pretty good. Let's go ahead and get one of our greater cosmic blessings, because we want to level her up as fast as possible. And then let's do what we do for all new champions and test them out up against the 2-star Nautilus adventure. Alrighty, in game, let's see what we can get for our first power here. Domination, round start rally, duelist, or overprepared. Round start rally will probably be very good for our Mel, since she has this attack synergy of when I'm summoned or allies attack. So the more attacks we get in, the more radiant volleys we get. So I do think we'll go ahead and grab that, and let's hit up the beast below. All right, let's see here. I think let's get rid of Funsmith, and maybe one of the prodigies, but it's great to have Mel in our opening hand, as well as a 2-cost. Let's go ahead and play this right away. And yeah, we won't attack since we don't want our unit to die, because they could just block and kill us. And we didn't have Mel on the board yet. They're out of mana. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and drop her. Actually, the Radiant Volley, I guess it doesn't say it's fleeting, right?
Black Rose will answer for all that they've done.
Huh, that's not too bad. So let's go ahead and block and kill that. And then we could let this unit attack here. It's probably going to die, but yeah, these Radiant Volleys, I don't know why I just assumed they were going to be fleeting, but that's actually really nice. You could just stack these up. All right, let's look at that 2-star one more time. When you play a damaging spell, increase the damage dealt by other copies of it everywhere. So yeah, now it's just going to be stronger and stronger. I think let's try to attack before they play a blocker. Let's drop our ballistic bots, and we have a hand just full of spells. Nice. Alright, so that's why I need to do 4 damage. This one's fast. I think let's do Radiant Volleys right here. And sure, let's play that. They're out of mana, so they can't really do anything.
Steady is stagnant.
GG. Feeling pretty good so far. Ooh, Wildfire. This is actually... If I do end up doing a guide, I'm probably going to put this in there, because this is just going to be perfect. Every time you play it, it's getting increase in damage from its own card effect, but then it's also increasing from your 2-star. That's actually really good. Let's go ahead and grab that. And yeah, let's go for support champion. All right, so there is Weighted Judgment here. A removal spell, but Nasus and the Sand Spinner is pretty expensive. I think let's go for Renekton, just so we have a cheap unit, relatively cheap spell, and Renekton's all around just a good support champ. Yeah, let's go for the champ items. Let's try to go for Devourer. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get rid of the Funsmith, and the rest of these are decent. I would like to get our champion, but hopefully we'll get lucky. Yeah, let's go ahead and just drop less, as that can be a blocker. Yeah, let's just go ahead and open up with a Wildfire. I think let's go for a Ballistic Bot, and honestly, we could just use this to slowly chip them down. So Devourer, we want to kill their units if we can, or at least reduce down their stats. Yeah, this isn't really great. I think we'll do it just to try to get them a little bit lower. But yeah, we're not really going to be able to stop them. Let's go ahead and do our ignition. And I think we'll skip the block. Let's drop our Renekton, and then he can actually kill their elusive since he has that challenger. Now, yeah, he'll die in the process, but it's worth getting that unit off the table. All right, let's just keep going with this ignition, as it's going to slowly wear them down. And sure, let's drop this with Devour. If we can kill their units, it's very good.
Safety mode. Didn't build one.
Let's go ahead and drop the Funsmith because that'll increase the damage of our ignition.
Join me if you want to live.
I think let's go ahead and just attack with this. Actually, we probably could have just attacked with everyone. Yeah, they didn't have enough blockers. Slightly tunnel vision there. Ah, well, it's fine. GG. Alrighty, so Ruthless Predator, Roar of the Slayer. Killing an enemy's not bad, because that would also trigger our first star power, and it says draw on it. Draw's always good. Sure. Like, we are having to discard one, but we have decent generation, as long as we have our Mel on the board, at least. And then we'll go for a Spell Shield, but the biggest thing is we just want the extra copy. So let's grab that. Let's go for the shop. Vile Feast. Drain effects are going to be very good because you're going to be able to keep getting or having them hit harder and harder with your 2-star. Sustain is very good early on, so we're probably going to get that. Let's attack deal 1. Since we're attacking pretty often, I think we will grab that. That actually seems pretty good. And yeah, let's get the Vile Feast. And I think we'll pass. This doesn't seem too bad, but yeah, I think we're good. Slaughter Docks, Solitary Monk. Sure, we can cut a card. Let's go for Reaver. Reaver will actually get not really countered. We're going to get countered by our own boarding party. Let's get rid of Funsmith, but having Mel and Wildfire will be pretty good. I think we'll bank our mana and just pass.
I've got these.
Let's go ahead and drop our Mel.
Pain is at my fingertips.
And yeah, I'm worried because if we attack, they're going to get 3 extra power. So it would give us another Radiant Volley, but I'm a little worried. I think we'll still try to go for it. They shouldn't be able to kill us, but this will hurt. Yep, and we'll just play both of these. All right, so we got their unit off the board. That's good, but that was a little costly. Let's quickly attack before they can play anyone else to block us. And let's go for the Prodigy and the Wildfire. All right, so this is going to deal 3. This deal 5.
Steady is stagnant.
I think let's go ahead and attack like this. Ooh, yeah, they do have the Scarred Ground. I think let's go ahead and go for the Ruthless Predator, buff up this unit, drag them over here. And let's hit this with some Radiant Volleys. I guess just 1 is needed. All right, not bad. All right, let's go ahead and drop Lest. All right, so far, especially if you get your Mel, you feel pretty fantastic. We're at 25, which I think actually might be our max. I was thinking if we need to try to go for a Vile Feast, but I think that should be good. GG. Alrighty, let's see. Boom Ship. Deal 1 to an enemy, summon a powder keg, equal amount of damage dealt. It's immediately going to do 2 damage. Future copies could do more. Yeah, sure. Let's go for Boom Ship. Alright, Solitary. What do we want to cut? Funsmith's not bad. Rebuttal is pretty pricey, but I do like a lot of our removal cards, but I also like our 1-drops. Overall, I'm pretty happy with what we have. I think I might actually get rid of Rebuttal. It's very pricey, and I think I'd rather just get some of these other spells. So yeah, let's get rid of this for now. I guess we can cut another card. I think we'll get rid of the Funsmith. Again, it's not bad, but very expensive, and I'd rather get a lot of the other cards that we have. So let's get rid of that, and let's try to hit up Sejuani. This is actually normally the roadblock for this adventure. She's often harder than Nautilus. This seems decent. Again, I wouldn't mind hard re-rolling for Mel, because she is so good. But this is pretty solid. And we're still able to draw her. Alright, let's go ahead and drop Bloodthirsty Marauder. We could attack and kill one of them. They're probably going to attack and kill us. We like to get Mel on the board before we kind of get some attacks in, but trying to be a little bit more defensive can be solid. Because with their impact, they're going to get a little bit more value from attacking. So if we can kill them, that's good. Let's drop our Mel. Kind of wish we could actually attack with her safely, but that won't be the case. So I think we'll pass for now. Alright, Allura, create an exact copy of a spell in hand. Again, a couple of wildfires wouldn't be bad, but I think I might actually go for the Vile Feast. We could really use that sustain. So let's go ahead and drop this here. And then let's attack with her, because I don't want to attack with Mel, even though we could use the blocker. I want to get some more Radiant Volleys generated. Yeah, that tough is going to really shut us down. So doing a couple Radiant Volleys could be nice. I think let's throw one over there. And let's do one here. Now there's actually enough to get through. Alright, so at least she's gone. It's a decent amount of damage. I want to keep our Mel healthy, though. So we'll kill one of them. I don't want to get this to get hit or blocked by the tough. Sure. This is a unit that's very expendable. So let's go ahead and attack with this right here. We could let it die. Sure. Let's drop this and kill them. And I think let's go for a wildfire. Still got some good spells ready to go.
Carved from the savage cold.
I think we might attack, just so we can make
Prove your worth.
another one. This would be a created card, but the more we hit her, the stronger she's going to be. She's also about to attack. So I think let's maybe hold off. Yep. We'll skip for now. Let's drop Renekton. Dealing damage to her isn't going to matter right now because she is regen and we don't have enough to kill her. Yeah, that Scar Grounds is really messing with us.
Show them your teeth.
We'll tear
Wow.
right through them.
That's quite a unit. Let's go ahead and drop this here. At least this doesn't have...
You'll rival the War Mothers. Hear that, Bristle? Varg offers a challenge.
it doesn't have Overwhelm. 2 to an enemy. It's only going to deal 1.
Put them down.
I think let's maybe... Actually, you've played 3 different spells twice. We've already played 2 Radiant Volleys, so it's going to be a little bit hard for her to level. I think let's go ahead and attack, even though this will be a bit rough. So at least she'll be dead. But yeah, that overwhelm will be a little bit rough.
Rend them limb from limb. Varg will have the first fight.
Alright, we will drop this just because...
Take everything.
Yeah, we want this Radiant Volley. So we can drop that and kill... Oh, right. I forgot our 2 stars also making this all worse. Alright, so Mel has to die in order for us to survive. Yeah, I think the fact that we're doing... Oh, that could have leveled her. The fact that they drop the Scar Grounds and every time we kill a unit, we're also damaging them is really hurting us right now. All right, so I kind of don't think see a way out of this. I think we are probably screwed because throwing these at them, I mean, deal 1 to a unit or the enemy nexus. Can we target? No, so you can't target the same unit multiple times. So we'd have to spread it out. Yeah, I think they're just going to be able to attack and absolutely annihilate us. I think... this will give us a bit of health, but... yeah. And I guess we can block a unit. But, yep, it's not going to be enough. Ripperino. GG. All right, that is it. Unfortunately, at level 1, you don't have any revives. So even if you have bad luck, kind of it. I think Mel actually is feeling very, very good, but we kind of just got hard countered by their units scaling off of us damaging them. If they didn't have Scar Grounds, I think we would have been totally fine there. But the fact that we had Boarding Party plus Domination means all of our attacks were buffing them, which wasn't great. And then a lot of our abilities do very weak damage to start, and then they're able to scale up. But we're not able to scale them up enough to actually kill their units before their units are just absolutely massive. Also, our 2-star, when you kill a unit of the spell, deal 1 damage to all enemies. That was just hitting their tough, scaling them up even more. So even if we did kill a unit, we then just further buffed everyone else. So a little bit of bad luck there, but I'm actually thinking Mel is going to be a lot of fun. Love the Spellslinger playstyle with a lot of removal. Can't wait to check out her relic once we get her a little bit higher. But that'll be it from me. Still not really doing the daily videos, even though this was 2 in a row. Might still try to do a guide for Mel at some point, but I am still working on several other projects in the background. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.